watch me do a data analysis project where we're going to be looking at a liquor distributor. We want to know where we need to invest our marketing dollars on displays. So we're going to be using a BigQuery public data set that has Iowa liquor sales. So let's dive in. So we're a regional liquor distributor, and we have limited shelf space. So we need to know which one of our products has best profit margin, or where we can use a metric that tells us how we should invest more. So the data set we have there is our Iowa liquor sales. If you have a Google account, you can access BigQuery, and this data set is there. And then we're going to use Google Sheets to visualize it. So here is what we're going to be looking at first. We're going to look at the profit margin. So anything over 60% is pretty good profit margin. Anything lower is going to be kind of up for debate. So let's dive into BigQuery. So we're back in BigQuery. Let's go to the public data set here. And what we want to do is navigate down to the Iowa liquor sales. Usually, if it's not fully depressed, you can't use the search. So it's better to just go down in alphabetical order, find our sales here. Here's the sales. And then we can click into that sales table. And this shows us all of the columns, so we can see all of the field names, the data types, and whether we have nulls, and we have a description here. Once we have this open, you can just go up to the top, click Query, and this is going to allow us to have that base query where we just put a wildcard, which is that star sign, and I'm just going to move this down a little bit and run it. Once you run that, let me close this, the column preview here. And we can see all of our columns. We can see this is practically an invoice that gives us all of the category names and the store locations, the cost, and everything we need to do our analysis. So the first thing we want to do is start bringing in a category name. So I'm going to get rid of the limit here. And then let me just get rid of this, the wildcard, and we can format this a bit. So the first thing you're going to see is this little red marker here. This means that we have an error in our syntax. But as I fill things out, you can see that go away. So let's go category name, and the IntelliSense will pop up. And we can see now that it's green because everything is correct here. But we don't want to just bring back the category name. We want to start bringing back some of the metrics that allow us to get revenue and profit. So let's get the sum of the bottle sold, and you can start seeing it pop up. And let's call that as total bottles sold. All right. And then because we have an aggregation here, we need to group by. So let's group by. And that category name there is what we're going to group by. We can see that's all green. Let's get some other columns. Now that we have the total volume sold, let's get the total dollars. So sum of sale, the sale dollars. That's going to be all of our revenue. So we can call that as total revenue. And then what we can do is get the sum of the sale dollars again. Because what we want to do now that we have our total sold and total revenue, we can get the total profit because we have revenue. Now we just need to get cost. So we want to get all of the sum, and actually we need the profit all over. So we're going to get the sum of all our dollars and minus the state's bottle cost. times all of the bottles sold. There we go. And now we can put that in a parentheses, and if something's wrong, sale. Oh, so we want this to run in parentheses, but make sure we subtract from that amount. And now that's going to give us as our with a total profit, because it's revenue minus cost profit. Now we need that profit margin, right? So we have a lot of what we need already, but let's pull it in. And this is going to be um, at a different level, right? Because the profit margin is going to be at that bottle level. So let's get the was it um, state bottle cost, because now we're looking at those individual um, profit margin minus the state. Oh no, state bottle retail is going to be how much we're selling it for, retail. Okay. And then state minus the state bottle cost. State. My PC's a bit slow. There we go. State bottle cost. So now we have that, right? We have a state bottle cost and minus that. Now, because we're grouping, we need to get this in an aggregation. So instead of sum, let's use the average. Now, this will almost get us where we need to go. And let me just show you. So let's call that as our uh, average margin. Okay. Now let's see what we did wrong here. Average. Oh, we need to put this, because we're trying to do a operation here. We need to also put this in parentheses, because we want that to run before the average. Did I pick the right bracket? There we go. Put a comma. Okay. So if we run this, let's just see what we have. So this is going to be our margin here, but we want that in a percent, right? So now we are going to put this in a percent, where what we do is we are going to, within that average, so we going to do that within the average, we're going to divide by the bottle cost. But before we do that, let's make a null if. So null if is going to allow us to mitigate if we have any zeros. So because we can't divide by zero. So now I'm going to put this as our state bottle cost to get the percentage. State bottle cost. And that should be null if state bottle cost. Inside there, it should be 0. Okay. And let's also multiply everything by 100, just so it's easier to see. And let's see what we get. Let's run that. So now we have our margin, right? And we can see that margin is pretty stable at about 50%. So because that is not going to help us, because if our margin is around 50% for all of our particular category names, let's come up with a different metric. So let's do cost per bottle. So let's do well, sorry, profit per bottle, not cost per bottle. So let's do the sum of the sales minus the sales dollars minus, and then we get the state bottle cost. Let's see if that IntelliSense pops up. There we go. State bottle cost times, because we need to get the total cost, right? Because we're doing total dollars. So we need to multiply by the total bottles sold. So bottles sold. And we want this to run first. So let's see. Let's put our comma. So we have sales dollars minus let me pull this down a little bit so you can see. So we have our sales dollars minus, and we want this to run sales bottle cost times bottle sold. And then we get the sum of everything. Shoot, it looks like we have. So sales dollars is spelled wrong. Let's see. It is sale dollar. So that's why we have that red arrow there. Now we have that. And you see it's all green, but we want per bottle. So this is going to give us the profit, right? Now we need per bottle. So we just divide, right? And then we do the same thing. Divide by null. If, and then let's just put our expression there. So we know we want null if, what is it? The sum of the bottles sold. Bottle sold. And then make sure we use 0 there so we can divide by 0 just in case. Okay. So now let's order by profit per bottle. Order by profit. Did I put profit per bottle? Oh, here it is. As profit per bottle. Now, some IDEs you can't use the aliases in your where or having statements, or even your group buys or your order buys, but BigQuery usually allows you to do it. And I'm going to put descending, and let's see if we have any errors. Nope. Now let's take a look at what we have. Okay. So we can see here's the profit per bottle, but we have noise in our data set. There's only 54 bottles sold. Profit margin is also low. So we should put some parameters here. And what we can do is say, okay, let's bring back everything having a um, let's see, total bottles sold, because we see this is quite low, only 54 bottles sold. So total bottles sold greater than, I'm going to go with 20,000 so we don't waste any money. Having total bottle, and we need to put this before our order by, right after our group by. So let me just get rid of that. And we don't need this. Having total bottles sold greater than 20,000. We put our order by descending. And then let's run that, see what we get. Now, this looks doable, right? So we have our total bottles sold total revenue, total profit. Profit margin is good because it's over 50%, just barely. And then we have profit per bottle. So now what we can do is we can get these results. So here's our final query. Just let's go over it very quickly. We sum all of our metrics such to get our volume, our revenue, and then we did some quick and easy math to get the profit, and then divided by the once we had the profit to get the profit margin. And now we have put in a filter to bring back anything that is greater than 20,000 bottles sold. So now make sure if you have a better way to do this, put that in the chat, or you think there's a more interesting way of doing this. But first, let's go over and save our results as a BigQuery table. And not a BigQuery table, a Google Sheets, and let's visualize our data. So Google Sheet is ready. Let's go here. And now I'm going to just get the top 10 just from here all the way up, and then get our bottles sold here. Profit margins all look good. And then I'm going to go to insert. Once I highlight both of those, insert, go down to your chart. I don't want that chart. I want a horizontal bar chart or a vertical bar chart. And then what I'm going to do here is, this is probably the one or the two that I'm most concerned with. So I am going to take these and highlight them. So you can highlight that by just clicking into it and right clicking, and you can go to format data point. And I'm just going to change the color to orange. Here also, change the color format, change the color to orange, a little bit different orange. And now we have our most profitable category names for display marketing initiative. So what you can do is write an email up, put these in. You can have your profit margin here. You could definitely, make this a little bit better by changing this into something like a $sign. So it looks a little bit better. As you see here, I just clicked the $sign. It almost might be better to, go here and let's see, customize this a little bit. Maybe we use data labels. Let's see if I can do this very quickly. Oh, there we go. Labels. Series. Don't see there we go, data labels. And now that looks a little bit better, where we can actually see the individual thing. And as you click different things in here, you might want to start getting rid of stuff. Like, for example, if we already have this here, maybe we can get rid of it. Let's see. I don't know how. I always forget how to get rid of that. But if you guys know, let me know. But what I sometimes do is go to text color and I just put it white because I just don't have the time to figure it out. So here is just an easy way for you to do an analysis. I hope it helped. If you got any questions, leave it down in the comment. If you want to see more of these, just text or leave a comment that says, Thank you.